This right here is going to be a succulent arrangement. And these are my materials that I'm working with. I've got some lace rock. I've already drilled a hole in this, and I'm basically gonna build up this edge to create a little natural stone pot. I'll be able to fill this in with soil and plant succulent plants in it, and then it's gonna go on a little table display. So that's my project for today. I want to make sure there's no dust on the pieces that I'll be gluing together here. And I'm using this 2-part epoxy putty. Here's several things to know about epoxy putty. First, you don't need a knife to open it, but this is my first time using it, and I didn't know that. You'll see in a second how the plastic wrapping around it actually just unrolls. Second, you need to mix the 2 parts together to activate it. Once it's mixed, it will bond to most materials, and it's crazy strong once it cures. But it does cure quickly, so only mix a small amount together at a time because you'll only have a few minutes to work before it stops being pliable. This is the part where I learned that the plastic sleeve it comes in can simply be unrolled. Then, for some reason, I still used a knife to cut it instead of just pinching off a piece with my fingers. I found that what works best, at least for this, was to hold the rock pieces I wanted to add in place with one hand, and then simply push the putty into the space in between using the other hand. Because there's a pretty good natural dip in the middle of this rock, to convert it into a nice planter, I only had to add material to create a retaining wall on 2 sides. I was able to source this material from another lace rock boulder that I used near superhuman strength to break with one mighty swing of a sledgehammer. I'm going to say 2 things. One of them might be true. First, I couldn't afford a cameraman, so I had a cat film this video. And second, I definitely broke that rock with only one swing of the hammer. I had to use a decent number of small pieces to fill in all the cracks and holes and seal in around the edges of them with more putty. Once I was done, I used a Dremel tool to shape it and then stained the putty to match the rock. Once this was complete and the stain dried, it's time to put plants in it. I started by adding a rocky and fast-draining succulent soil blend to the planter, placing the accent rock in the center, and then arranging succulent cuttings around it. Over the course of the next few months, all of these cuttings will root happily down into the soil, establish, and begin to grow. By the way, the footage you just watched is actually from 2021, and it's been sitting on my computer for 4 years just waiting to be compiled and edited. Since then, this piece has been through a few transitions. Since the original planting that you just watched, I built a special little indoor grow light table for it. Over time, it became overgrown and most of the plants in it needed to be pruned back and propagated. It got a mealybug infestation and subsequent treatment and recovery. And recently, it went through a total transformation to upgrade the table design and convert it to a completely soil-free semi-hydroponic setup. So it makes an appearance in a few of the other videos on my YouTube channel, and will make future appearances in new videos as well. If you dig it and think something like this would look great in your home or office, while this piece is not for sale, I'll put a link to my website in the description if you want to see more of my custom work, or start a conversation about a custom piece made just for you. And of course, if you want to show a little bit of love, give the video a like, leave a comment below, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll pass it on to my plants for you. I'll also post links to some of the tools and equipment that I use and recommend if you're a DIYer and want to try something like this yourself. For now, thanks for watching the video, and don't forget, since all of life originates as sunlight, including the life inside of you, that means you're made of sunlight too. Life is a magical experience, so don't forget to go out there and live it to the fullest.